My name's Abby Waters. I'm a fiction writer. I recently finished my MFA in fiction writing at the University of Idaho. I've also been teaching for the last 7 years. Right now, I'm a middle school reading specialist. As a kid, I loved to read, and I think one of the natural progressions of loving to read is wanting to engage in trying to write or mimic the things that you're reading.
Can you talk about a foundation of your inspiration? Like, is there a most influential person, a book?
I think when I was a teen, I was really drawn to female short story writers from the late 80s, early 90s, like Mary Gateskill, Amy Hempel, Bobby Ann Mason, Ann Beattie. They wrote about these kind of bleak domestic lives that I obviously had no access to at the time, but there was something kind of off center about a lot of them, and that was pretty inspiring to try to write into as a fiction writer.
Can you describe what you've been working on while you've been here at Azule?
So I've been working on a couple of things for the last year or so. I've been working on a collection of short stories, all kind of surrounding being at a public school that are fabulist or have some aspect of magical realism to them as well. And then I've been working on a long form essay about emptiness and female pain and not having children.
And the last thing, what's the best piece of advice you've received as an artist? And is there anything you would like to share with other artists?
I think something that I come back to a lot is just the amount of time that it takes to make art, and that's why I was drawn to applying to be here at Azule, because of its spaciousness and also the time that you need, not just to be reading or consuming art, but to be alone. I think Ira Glass had this quote about how when you're young and you're drawn to making art, it's because you really admire something and you have to make a lot of bad art to kind of bridge the gap to get to that. So I think the best piece of advice that I've gotten is to just let things take the time that they need.